All right, got another one today. Street Recon 7, Wilshire. Let's go over some quick stats here. Just over 3 miles, almost 2 hours of elapsed time, 6,900 steps, and 74 in sunny. And there's the route from Euclid to Ocean. Yeah, I can always tell when I'm feeling inspired. Obviously on the walk I'm feeling pretty good, but looking at the stats, it took me nearly 2 hours to walk 3 miles. The regular pace is what, 20 minutes a mile? So it's gonna take an hour to walk 3 miles usually. And it took me almost 2 hours. So it means I'll stop in a lot, observing, taking photos. So that's exactly what I want to see. And my last walk before this one, the boardwalk, I wasn't feeling the best. My mind was closed off. I wasn't feeling the greatest, right? So I made sure on this one, I was psyching myself up, telling myself, I'm going to find something new today that I didn't find yesterday or I didn't find the day before. And even though I live in this neighborhood, I walk by these objects pretty much every day or a couple times a week. I took photos of stuff that I'd never even noticed before. So it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter if you walk past this object or down the street 1,000 times. As long as you have an open mind, you're going to be able to find something new. And yeah, it's nice to learn that about yourself and being surprised. So anyways, let's get into the photos. I actually started here. It's one street over on California, but I'm making my way over to Wilshire. And yeah, just got a little flower here with a chain like that. Statue, looks like a Greek statue. My peoples. This paint splatter has been in the alleyway for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. I take a photo of it every time. And that is my favorite one. And this is one of those mirrors that are at the end of the driveway so people can see the traffic coming down the street when they're exiting their garage. But yeah, I don't know, it just looks weird with the texture in the back. Thought it looked pretty cool. Yeah, and this one, I see this car all the time. It's just a real hoopty. But I've never really looked in the windshield, and it got all these flowers, and it's got these old dead leaves and pine needles, and I mean, they want $3,300 for this hoopty. It's pretty crazy asking price. That's like a $500 car, so I expect that to be there for basically ever. Yeah, just making my rounds. This is like right next to Wilshire. I'm walking this way. And as soon as I get on Wilshire, I notice this nice texture on one of the windows. I don't know what that was inside. Some just old dilapidated covering over the window. Yeah, and I really like this one. Like, this is an example. I've walked past the same spot 1,000 times and I've never noticed. It's like a little, face with like a little goatee patch, old school, you just had like a little patch on your chin. So yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe this is like some kind of hanger. And this was right next to it, a restaurant. And yeah, I like the plates and the tables. And then this glass is angled. That's why this plant is angled and the sidewalk is all angled. So I thought that looked pretty cool. Doing some more reflection shots. You got a little motion blur, and really I usually just delete these photos, but I just liked how this guy had white hair and the hair is all blown out. Some tires, plants fighting for survival. Yeah, this is cool. Just this line right here made it for me. The shadow off this line. This dude was out there walking around just staring at me the whole time, probably thinking what the hell I'm doing. But sometimes when you're doing this type of photography, sometimes you're looking for the character, but sometimes you just have to accept that you are the character. There's some bubble wrap, just like the contrast here. This is the Lincoln Park, the park that Lincoln Park named themselves after. This is a tennis court attached to it. Yeah, I just was framing this guy up inside the fence, trying to get a nice little photo, and I like how his leg is, kind of pointed up a little bit like he's about ready to swing. Yeah, this one might be one of my most favorite photos. I just like how it's framed in these signs. I waited for her head to be right in here. I had to lift my camera up and kind of point down because If not, her head would have been like, you know, here, and I didn't want it to get too cluttered in the background. I wanted it to be more in this parking lot area. Yeah, really like this one too. You know, this lady was looking at her phone. I'm looking down. We both kind of have the same pose. Yeah. And yeah, they're doing construction over here, and you can see the guy's heads perfectly just hanging out on 3rd Street Promenade. The Wilshire sign, because I am doing Wilshire. Yeah, this guy was running across to catch the light. I just like the way his legs were shaped. Got a lot of texture here, you know. You got the crosswalk lines. You got the lines from this building. I noticed I photographed this building a lot today, or yesterday. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's like in half the photos. There. But yeah, I like that one too, because I don't even know where this light was reflecting. Maybe in here there's some glass on this side of the building, but yeah, you can see I didn't do this in post. This is just the lighting, the real actual scene, and you can tell it's just a little bit brighter, and I just waited for that lady with a full stride to walk by it. Yeah, I walked into the hotel, and this guy was smoking. I think he works there on a little smoke break. And now we are at the end of Wilshire, St. Monica. Yeah, nice little 4-photo spread here. All kind of different, but my favorite is definitely this one. Waiting for this guy to walk in. You know, got the head over the ocean there, and then you got the Wilshire sign. So for this particular project, where, you know, I'm obviously photographing Wilshire, I think that might be definitely a keeper in the future. But it's cool. You can look at, I've been looking at some like old documentaries of, you know, Santa Monica back in the day in like the 50s, and yeah, that statue's been there the whole time. And just a cool plant, kind of matches. Somebody built this cross, I think, with sticks. Yep, here's that building again. I walked in this alleyway, and Waymo was sitting there waiting, and I just like how it's all framed up. Got the angles. You got this square here. Then the Waymo. Got the squirrel just checking me out, wanting some food. Yeah, lone bush fighting with the architecture. Just some interesting lighting, and I will always wait for a white car because it always pops. Another plant fighting for survival. A whole bunch of trash and popcorn. Now I am looping back around, and I'm walking back towards Euclid, and this is the promenade. They're doing construction there, and yeah, I just got the sign there. It says Wilshire. Like that guy's beard. Usually, I mean, I take these all the time. I usually just delete them, but I don't know. I kind of like this one. Got a lot of texture with the face back there. Dude was puffing on a cigarette. Yeah, these ones are all okay, I guess. Kind of like this one. You got a lot of just fill in the frame here, and the guy's head is right there in the white, so it pops out. This one I just completely guessed, pointed my camera up, and it just happened to be framed up with the lights, or the light pole. Yep, just some, I don't know, I can't tell what that was. It's been there for a couple weeks. I keep taking photos of it, but it almost looks like ketchup. Just a lot of ketchup on the ground that got squirted somehow. And this is just a whole bunch of pieces of cardboard compressed together in front of the Vons. And yep, this is the Vons. The dude was just getting out of his truck, and I caught his foot perfectly, and the rest of the frame is filled out nicely. So real happy with this one too. That could make the final cut because, you know, I want to tell the story of Wilshire, and Vons is a staple in Wilshire. So yeah, there it is, Street Recon 7 Wilshire.